What's up? Alpha Lion Simba here, and welcome to part 5 of sentencing Disney villains for their crimes. As always, I am your judge, jury, and executioner. And, well, in this part of the trial, let's just say that the era of the films from Walt Disney's time is drawing to a close. But before we start that, again, let's give a warm welcome to our bailiff and prosecution lawyer, Jiminy Cricket.
Well, thank you, Alpha. Like always, it is an honor and a privilege to help you in court.
Thanks, Jiminy. Like I said, we're going to be covering the final 3 films from the Walt Disney era, and those are 101 Dalmatians, The Sword and the Stone, and The Jungle Book. So with that in mind, court is now officially in session.
All right, now sit and stay, because our first film in the docket is 101 Dalmatians, starting with Jasper and Horace. Now, it's already been made clear that even before meeting Cruella, they were career criminals, but let's focus on the acts that these crooks have committed that we actually saw. Great idea, Jiminy. So, first of all, when we are first introduced to them, they commit their first 2 offenses. Breaking and entering, when they force their way into Roger and Anita's house, and kidnapping, when they steal the original 15 puppies. And the way that they treat all 99 of the puppies can be amounted to animal cruelty. Not to mention, they are Cruella's henchmen, so that's a charge of aiding and abetting. And with that in mind, I sentenced Jasper and Horace to 16 years in prison, with very little chance of parole, given that they were already career criminals. And now, it's time to sentence that devil woman, Cruella de Vil. Yup, and she sure does live up to her name of Cruel, Ella, because there is not a redeeming feature about this woman. First up, the obvious one, her plan to make fur coats out of the Dalmatian puppies, and the fact that she worships furs also implies that other animals have suffered at her hands. So, that's a major charge of animal cruelty. And when she was chasing after Pongo, Purdy, and the puppies in the climax, she was not driving safely at all. Yup, so that's a charge of reckless driving. What do you think the verdict should be, Jiminy? Well, I think that Roger's song said it best. She ought to be locked up and never released. Okay then, Cruella is sentenced to life in prison without parole. Up next is The Sword and the Stone. And let's have a look at Madame Mim. Now, she has a very short amount of screen time compared to some of the other Disney villains, and she doesn't do much to affect the plot, but we can't ignore her criminal record. Yup, for example, when Arthur accidentally happened upon her house, she held him hostage and tried to destroy him. So, that's a charge of kidnapping and 1 count of attempted murder. Yup, fortunately though, Merlin does come to the rescue, and that's where we get the best part of the film, the wizard's duel, where while it's an awesome scene, Mim tries numerous times to kill Merlin, and at one point even cheats by turning into a dragon when she specifically said no mythical creatures. But the cheating aside, all her moves in the wizard's duel adds more counts of attempted murder to her docket. And for that, I sentence Mim to 25 years to life in prison without parole. And we better make sure that her cell gets lots and lots of sunshine.
I hate sunshine. I hate horrible, wholesome sunshine. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it.
And now, the bare necessities of life shall come to us, because our final film in this docket is The Jungle Book, starting with that sneaky snake, Kaa. Now, in the original book, Kaa was one of the good guys, but we're charging this incarnation of Kaa because he has a few crimes under his coils. Yup, as we see, his main goal is to hypnotize and eat Mowgli. He tries this twice in the film, and once he tried to hypnotize and kill Bagheera when he came to save Mowgli the first time Kaa tried. Yup, so that's 3 counts of attempted murder. And with that in mind, we sentence Kaa to 9 years in prison. And now it's time to sentence that killer cat that put the grr in tiger, Shere Khan. Now, whenever you first meet Shere Khan, he might come off as a big, dignified gentleman, but keep in mind, he's a real killer and highly dangerous. Towards the end of the movie, Shere Khan tries to kill Mowgli out of spite due to his hatred towards humans. And he even tries to kill Baloo just for coming to save Mowgli. So, that's 2 counts of attempted murder. Not to mention, it can also be implied that he's killed humans before who've entered the jungle. So, I suppose we can somewhat charge him with murder too. After all the other animals of the jungle talk about how dangerous he is. Then we can all agree that Shere Khan is too dangerous to live. And so, I sentence Shere Khan to the death penalty, with the executioner being the legendary hunter and conservationist Jim Corbett, who's dealt with man-eating tigers before.
Well, that was it. Part 5 of Sentencing Disney Villains for Their Crimes. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And again, let's thank Jiminy for his help.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. Anytime you need me, just whistle.
Well, still, thanks a lot, buddy. So, until next week, this session of court is officially adjourned.